My name is Scott. I've seen a little tokusatsu.
And my name is Domo, and I've seen a lot of tokusatsu.
And we've both seen the most recent tokusatsu. Can't fucking forget it this time.
The most recent tokusatsu news.
Oh, yeah. So, even if we were not behind, we would still be not your exciting news source. But a lot of shit's happened with Super Sentai in this past 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly, I feel.
Yeah, so before 36, or after 30, around the time 36 came out of Gozyuger, there was a press release by TV Asahi, which is where Superhero Time, all that shit airs in Japan, that was basically like, Sentai's dead.
Yep.
That's it. Toei, no comment.
Immediately walks out of the room, mic drop, no elaboration.
Yeah, just, hey, we're ending Sentai. Production, the toy sales don't meet the production costs. Thanks for helping us out for these 50 years. Have a good day. Toei never says anything.
Yeah, no, they never do. No elaboration at all. That's insane.
No elaboration at all. Even now, like 2 weeks past that point, nothing. So obviously everyone started freaking out, and there's a lot of speculation. We kind of got a soft confirm, at least that there's going to be a new tokusatsu show produced by Toei and TV Asahi that will presumably take the Super Sentai slot, thanks to the fucking kids network in Thailand. I don't know if you've seen this.
Can't say that I have, no.
Okay, so like whatever channel in Thailand, their kids block put up I think it was Thailand, but they put up like either a Facebook post or something where they said like, oh, like starting in February, it'll be Zeztz and something called Universe Warrior.
Warrior.
Yeah, and so this, again, anyone can make fake shit on the internet,
right?
But then the president of that channel from that country commented on that post being like, I've known about this for a long time. So
interesting.
Yeah, so Sentai is ending with Gozyuger. What a way to end. And presumably some new show called Universe Warrior or Universe Warriors or something like that will be taking the Superhero Time slot, if they're going to still call it that. There's no news about the block rebranding.
Right. I kind of wonder if that's just supposed to be a reference to what they're referring to in Gozyugers with the Universe Warriors.
The Ring Warriors are called Universe Warriors in Gozyuger. So is Gozyuger the genesis for this new universe?
I mean, it's like jumping off a diving board into I don't even have a proper transition.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a spinoff, right? Is this the Sentai Frasier, or is Universe Warriors the Frasier to Super Sentai's Cheers, or are they just not going to be related at all? From a grand scheme of things, it doesn't super matter. Like when you think about it, all that's really going to change is the new show won't have Super Sentai in front of it,
right?
And it won't be considered part of the legacy because I mean, okay, so they're rebranding basically is what we're all assuming. And then that leads us to why, right? Because every season of Super Sentai is basically its own show, really. They're only connected by the name at the beginning and then like a crossover movie. Other than that, it's its own thing. So it's either, for me, it comes down to two things. Either they think that the Super Sentai brand is hurting them, like that they think they could get more viewers or more sales by making something new. We saw this, well, we didn't see it, we were barely alive, but Kamen Rider basically skipped the entire 90s, right? Because of declining sales, and then it came back in 11 years later as with Kuga.
Right.
So is this just them, Toei, being like, Super Sentai is not doing well, like let's just try something new? Or is this, as I've long suspected, a way to get around a certain contract? As far as I know, we've never gotten official details about the contract that Toei had with Saban that was then sold to Hasbro.
Right.
And I've long suspected there's some kind of, maybe not non-compete, but something about the brand Super Sentai being withheld by Hasbro.
Right. There's got to be some prevention of overlap, I guess you can call it.
Right. Because you could easily make an argument that they're direct competitors if you wanted to.
And it's not like they've never crossed paths before. The most prominent episode being the episode of Dino Thunder, where they're literally just sitting around watching Abba Ranger.
Yeah, they're watching a dubbed clip of Abba Ranger. So clearly there's some kind kind of working, well, there was obviously a working relationship for a while, but there's some kind of ownership maybe. And so if you're Toei and you're looking at Zeztz, and I mean, we have no metric of if Zeztz is doing better than other Kamen Riders. I don't think there's anything we could know about that would point us that way. But presumably if it is, then you're Toei looking at that and being like, well, we should get our other guy out there too. And maybe you need to circumvent that by some kind of rebranding.
Right. Which, I mean, it's certainly an option.
Yeah.
It's not abnormal in business either.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're aware of this, and this is kind of tangential, but businesses regularly, or let me correct myself. Yes, there's lying, but businesses, at least in Asian businesses, as far as I'm aware, regularly rotate owners of like of a single location, especially family businesses, where they'll quote unquote own the business for X amount of time, and then someone else in the family will quote unquote inherit the business and continue running it under quote unquote new management. So this may just be a refreshing of whatever details they have for, let's say, tax, because that's the kind of thing that small business owners do. At least here in America. I don't know if the same kind of thing in Japan. I highly doubt that's the case, but it's at least not an irregular occurrence.
I mean, even if it's not like directly family related, I don't know if we've gotten any information, but if there's a new, if there's new director of the board or whatever, like new people in upper management in Toei, then yeah, obviously there would be like a shakeup. And we're already seeing some kind of shakeup with the decision with Zeztz to broadcast it,
Right.
I think this really sheds some light on the kind of awkward decision making at the beginning of Gozyuger, where they fudged it to be 50.
Right.
If talks about something like this kind of rebrand or ending of Super Sentai were already being thrown around, then it does kind of make more sense why they pushed so hard for it to end on 50 rather than like a 49.
Exactly. So, end on a high note is certainly the goal, right?
I bet that was their goal 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as far as the podcast, I guess, the name of the show or the series, the Wikipedia page might change. But, all these Sentai 26 rumors are allegedly for whatever this new project is. So we'll definitely just be checking that out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It won't be super, again, it's not super different than the yearly refreshes. It's just like a disconnection, I guess. Right?
Which is fine. And at the same time, it's not going to change anything about the podcast. We're likely still going to be on the yearly rotation anyways. And we're just going to, instead of picking up Sentai next year, going to be Universe Warriors or whatever they decide to call it.
Yeah, whatever the full title. Because I feel like Universe Warriors is probably going to be like the Super Sentai, blah, 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 blah. So it'll be like Universe Warriors, Big Fart Muggies or something.
Right, exactly.
But also, I mean, we've seen just in Reiwa alone, like, Sentai experimenting like crazy, doing all kinds of weird shit, and with something that doesn't even have to technically be a Sentai, like hopefully they go even weirder. I don't know, you gotta find something that works.
Yeah,
not that everything hasn't worked, but with this clean break, they're kind of distancing themselves from convention.
Right.
So I would hope that whatever the new show is has some big changes in mind.
Right.
But yeah, so that's all about that. So that happened 3 weeks ago.
That's all about that.
And then just over the weekend, Gozyuger in the headlines again.
All publicity is good publicity.
I don't think so.
Not in this case.
So Maya Imamori, who plays, what the fuck? I can't even remember her name anymore.
Oh no, it's already started.
Sumino. Maya Imamori, who plays Sumino over the weekend.
Or Goju Unicorn.
Or Goju Unicorn. Basically deleted her entire social media, posting an apology, which was confusing. And then there was two separate statements released, as far as I know, where she was released from her agency and her contract was terminated with Toei. The incident in question appears to be underage drinking, which on one hand, I agree that's bad. On the other hand, I don't know. There's always going to be a disconnect between our country and Japan. That's just how it is.
Right.
But this is a lot. They basically, I don't want to say they ended her career, but
that's exactly what they did, though.
Yeah, her career is destroyed, basically.
If we think about it from the American standpoint, this would be a bump in the road for most child actors.
Yeah, I think even when they get like, it was like a Hannah Montana guy or something who got a DUI, right?
Right.
And he did get removed from his show, but it's tough because I don't want to say like this punishment is too much. I also don't want to try and impose, my conception of morality on a different culture.
Of course.
But when you see shit like this, and then the obvious comparison that everyone on Twitter is already making, and you see shit like Watsuki, if you don't know, the mangaka for Rurouni Kenshin, who got caught with so much child porn, the police thought he was a distributor. And he got a few $1,000s fine, and that's about it. And then you look at this this young girl who drank too early, 4 months too early, by the way. She's 19.
Right.
The legal age is 20. She's 4 months away from being legal, and she's decimated.
Now, there were rumors that this has kind of been a long-running issue, not just her getting caught underage drinking. Apparently she's just had a lot of drama, and there's been a lot of circulation of just her talent agency just being tired of it.
Right. So we never mentioned it because I don't think anywhere ever like corroborated it.
Right.
There's a dirt sheet in Japan called Bunshun, I think, which is like your scummy like celebrity gossip rag.
Right.
That insinuated that she was having an affair with the suit actor that stepped down. I think this happened over the summer.
It did.
And obviously that kind of shit leads to online harassment. And there was never any official statement from her agency or Toei or anything like that about like shooting that shit down, as far as I've seen. So that was continuing on. And then this came out of nowhere and she was dropped. Now, one thing to note is in the Toei press release, they say that her agency came to them with the information about this. And that then they dropped her. So then Toei has a contract with the agencies, talent agencies, to bring people on the show.
Right.
So we can say like, well, why can't they just renegotiate with her directly? But then would other talent agencies get upset and not want to work with Toei anymore after that?
Right.
I don't want to say like Toei is blameless. I don't want to be a corporate shill because I don't know what the fuck's going on there. But from my assessment of reading the available information, this seems like she was hung out to dry by her talent agency.
Right. Which I'm 100% in agreement there. I don't know, man. Corporations, right?
Yeah, I mean, corporations, the entertainment industry, it's a lot. And one thing I don't want to discount is that Maya Imamori herself is half Filipino. She's not entirely ethnically Japanese.
Right.
And I'm not, I'm not a master of the world, but I know enough about Japan to say that obviously that's a factor. Like, you cannot go somewhere as ethnically monogamous as Japan and I don't want to say not experience racism or discrimination, because I don't think I have, but people look at you differently.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
If you were going to become an actor in the scene, I'm sure they would talk about you differently online too.
Right.
And on top of that, being a woman and being a very young woman as that.
Yeah. No. She's definitely being put through the ringer and then some. So all I can really say at this point is tip my hat to her. She will be missed.
Yeah, man. It's very sad. It's a really sad situation. Obviously, the person I feel the most bad for is her. I really hope that she has like a support system that is there and genuinely cares about her, because like we said, this harassment shit has been going on since the summer and it didn't stop. And then now with this coming out, there's more harassment with her being the one who ended Sentai basically.
Ugh.
And it's just an awful situation all around. I can't imagine facing that kind of pressure being that young. And so I think definitely our hearts go out to her.
Right.
It's rough. It's a bad situation all around. Everyone looks bad coming out of this.
Yeah, everybody does look bad.
She looks the least bad, I would say. But I mean, if you're caught breaking the law when you work on a children's television show, like, there's gonna be some consequences. And I can't argue that there shouldn't have been any consequence. I'm just arguing that this seems incredibly severe.
It does, especially with what we're seeing out of episode 37 and the result of it.
Oh, baby. Oh, boy. Yeah, so I think that's everything. I don't disparage anyone who's just going to drop the show. I think the saddest thing about this is that I think Gozyuger as a show is not good enough to weather this catastrophe. You know what I mean? Like, when people bring up Gozyuger, immediately it's going to be like, oh, the final Sentai where that girl got fired all at the end? Holy, it was a shit show. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, remember when Kumade blew up the world? Or Hoyaru wore like the Gyaru outfit? Like, I think everything that's come out in the last 3 weeks is eclipsed Gozyuger in the zeitgeist.
Which is unfortunate because ultimately this is gonna be some people's childhood, right?
100%.
Like that with what we've grown up with, and in comparison to getting this, I can't feel right about it. But also at the same time, like growing up with what we grew up with, we had MMPR, right? And all of the shit that came to light after the fact.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe how different is it?
It's, I guess if you ever wanted a clear advancement of the digital age, you can look at these two situations. Like, Saban didn't have to post on Twitter that he fired Jason, Zack, and Trini.
That's very true. God, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember where I was going with that, but yeah.
No, I think that's a good point. Like, there's obviously the kids watching Gozyuger aren't gonna. This is all above the board. Like, they're not gonna know about this. They're just gonna be like, well, why is Sumino gone?
Right.
And then if the parent has to Google it and be like, oh shit. But yeah, it's heartbreaking because so many people work really hard just on everything. Like, even the worst shows you've ever seen, people are working so hard to make them. And so for not only for the show not to match their effort, but all then to on top to have this, which is all completely out of their control.
Right.
You know, the people writing and directing each episode, this is all like above them. And oh my God, the poor editors. Shout out to the editors. We'll talk about 37 when we get there. But that was clearly like someone had to get called in at like 2 a.m. to re-edit before broadcast.
It was 100% a rush job. I cannot imagine anything otherwise.
Yeah, so my heart really goes out to those guys. And to Maya and to everyone else affected by this. It's just a bad look. And, you know, it's like we go right from this is the last Sentai to then ending it like this. And, you know, I've seen a lot of people posting about how they're done with Sentai. Well, it's kind of dumb to be done with Sentai when Sentai's done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of redundant. But you know what I mean? Like, this has upset a lot of people. And if Universe Warriors is this global expansion that we think it might be, is a bad field to walk into, you know?
Yeah.
You've sown discourse on the root, on the soil, and then you're about to plant. It's not great. It's not, I'm sure it's not Toei's ideal situation either.
Oh, absolutely not. Definitely My Memori's talent agency. I feel like they're the dirtiest in the bunch at this point in time. Yeah. They are the downfall of Sentai.
Yeah. Again, I don't disparage anyone for dropping it. If you want to just start skipping these parts of the podcast, that's fine. We've both talked and agreed, like, we're almost at the end. We're just going to pinch off the turd.
What a way to phrase
you know, I don't know. It's like morbid curiosity almost, like when you see a car accident. Like, I kind of want to see,
like, you can't turn away.
Yeah, I kind of want to see how the hot dog is going to get made here, you know, because one thing we didn't point out, like, it's entirely possible that Gozyuger's is finished filming. We know that, like, before they would be about 3 months ahead, but because of the new, like, restrictions in China, they shoot even further ahead.
Right.
And we're basically in the end game of the show. So I don't think it's crazy. And we know also, we've seen screenshots of like photos that they were filming the Boom Boomger movie not too long ago.
Right.
The crossover. So I think it's entirely possible that Gozyuger's is wrapped and they are now desperately going to try and re-edit something.
See, and with the idea that the Boom Boomger movie is already done filming, it's like, are they going to put in the time, the effort, the funding just to reshoot the entire movie, or are they just going to end up scrapping it?
I don't know. I saw today, apparently Goju Leon's actor canceled an appearance or something. So there's speculation about reshoots. Again, how much and how effective they'll be, like, who knows? Because basically, so from 37 until we speculated 50, but we have no idea. It's like 13 to 14 episodes and then the team up movie.
Right.
Like, you got to figure they want to use as much of the footage as they can. But I'm guessing that with the loss of the contract, they don't have the rights to use her likeness on TV.
That's likely.
That's what I'm speculating because of the way 37 was edited. So I don't know. People online are speculating that they're going to have Oto become the new Goju unicorn.
Right.
But that's, I don't know, that's extensive reshoots, you know? That's basically like reshooting 14 episodes. Unless you're going to green screen her in or just never have her, or I don't know, like cut to her henching and then just have the suit actor there that was already there and then have her redub over the lines. But then the lines wouldn't make sense because they were originally written for a different character. So you'd have to rewrite entire segments.
Rewrite entire segments. And okay, I guess while we're addressing the elephant in the room, right, with all the editing,
right?
Because in 37 there are glimpses of Goju Unicorn. I noticed it upon watching, but it has been mentioned that the voice is different. It's absolutely a different person.
It's a temp VA. Yeah.
So with that in mind, if they're going that far to edit even like the small shit, they've got to be doing whole reshoots, especially if the actor for Goju Leon is canceling appearances. Like, they have to get them together.
Yeah. I wonder if this will result in us getting fewer episodes. Do you think? Like, if they have to do severe rewrites, they might just be like, okay, well, we have enough budget to make like 2 whole episodes, you know, so then we cobble together some more episodes or like edit together what we can, and then we make 2 new ones to end it. I don't know. Yeah. Or they could honestly, they could all be like 37. But okay, well, they can't actually. No, they can't. And we'll get to that because there's a leaked preview. So 37 has no preview again because it was a rush edit. But a leaked preview of the original episode 38.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, a preview leaked of the original 38.
Oh, God.
Which was going to be a Sumino Ryotega Sword episode.
Yeah.
So obviously at least one whole episode has to be scrapped unless, they're going to unless they're going to recast or something.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're into Lost Media, there's like 13 episodes of Gojuju's that are Lost Media, basically.
No, I'll just mention it when we get to 37 because I just saw something wild. That's fine.
Okay. We'll get there soon enough. I don't think we have much to say about 36.
Right.
This is the second Gojuger 36, the second part of the Kinjiro 2-parter with his friend who was the same wish.
Right.
Everyone's upset at Bright On about that bell guy dying, and then they go to the cafe, and Kinjiro's upset about the baseball thing never finishing, and they get a card note from the card man who says, "Come play cards with me, I have Genji." They show up there, Genji's like, "I came willingly because I want to get all your rings."
Right.
And they bring up how his wish is the same, and Kinjiro's just like, it's not the same. And then they're going to play Old Maid, the most competitive card game.
Truly. Okay, the way they do it, kind of interesting. Yeah, it's competitive in the sense that they're all doing absolutely whatever they can to not pick up the Old Maid, right?
But like, if you're the number one card player, I'm not gonna assume we're gonna sit down and play Old Maid.
Nah, they should have 100% played like BS or like Go Fish.
BS. Should have been a Hold'em.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, or Rat War? What is it? Egyptian Rat War?
Nah, they're playing 13, baby.
Is that racist, by the way?
I don't know, actually.
Because that's the way I was taught was the name was Egyptian Rat War. But, I mean, what does that mean?
What does that mean? That's not something we'll be getting into in this podcast.
No.
Stay tuned for our racial discussion podcast.
Just call it a slap war, kids.
Slap war.
So they're playing Old Maid. Kumada is doing really good, and he's really excited, and he puts his final pair down, and they're like, there's a secret challenge to place down your final pair, and he has to eat like boiling hot udon, and he fails, and then gets sucked into the card guy. But Barakuma says, oh no, his weakness.
I mean,
so like, when is that established?
He doesn't like heat, he can't do it. That's been established.
Is that what they're implying? Oh, okay.
Like, in the other challenge with when they did the 10 red joke. And they had like the heat wave with Hurricanea, and then he was like, oh shit, it's too hot, I'm fucked. And then he collapsed.
Oh, you're right.
So heat's definitely always been an issue for him.
That's true.
This is just kind of a super roundabout way of doing it.
I do agree with Kumada though. Udon sucks ass.
Hella disrespectful, but all right.
Udon is the worst fucking Japanese noodle. Fight me on that. I hate udon.
Oh god, he's got so many strong opinions. He just can't hold back.
You know what? Udon's the worst Japanese pasta. Spaghetti's the worst Italian pasta.
Whoa!
Fight me.
Oh my god. He's gonna get this podcast canceled. This is insane.
All the flavor comes from the shit you put on the noodles. Spaghetti holds the sauce the worst, and udon's so fucking thick you can't taste anything but the gummy ass pasta.
All right, I think you've just had bad spaghetti, and
no. Any other Italian pasta is better at carrying sauce to your face than spaghetti. It's about optimization. I can't have this
debate right now. I can't.
It's optimization.
I can't. All right.
So this is our last appearance of Sumino. Her challenge is to try and do a funny one-liner, and she fails and gets eaten by the guy.
Women aren't funny. Oh God.
Oh Jesus! I didn't say it. He did. But everyone else gets off-screen sucked in. I didn't even read what their challenges were. It didn't matter.
Yeah. That's
They move to like a smaller table for Genji and Kinjiro versus the guy, and then their eggs and the fish oil wear off, so they get grandpa'd.
Yeah, this is the only time this has been a plot relevant point.
It's true. They set up this condition, and this is like the second time in the entire series it's happened, and the first time was in his debut episode.
Right.
Never change.
Never change.
So Genji immediately gives up. He's just like, I'm old now, I'm fucked. It's over. And Kinjiro is like, no, I'll do this old. So
he's got to do like a viral dance.
He has to do like a K-pop dance for 5.5 minutes, which is a long time, even if you're not old.
Honestly,
dancing for 5.5 minutes, that's crazy. But he's immediately like, oh, I'm fucked, it's over. And Kinjiro's like, I'll do it for him, and then we'll win. No, he's like, I'll do it for him, and if I fail, then you just suck up both of us. So the guy agrees. And all the fucking Gozyugers talk shit. They're like, don't do it, Kinjiro. Like, you can't do this, you're too old. You'll get injured. And then, except Hoeru.
Our boy.
Is like, what is literally like, shut up, listen to me, you got this.
He's our boy through and through.
That's Hoeru, man. He is the Gozyuger.
He's the reddest red that red can be. You always gotta support your team, baby.
What? You like the only character that's had a ton of focus episodes? Like, yeah, I do. Sue me. I think Hoeru is great. Honestly, if at this point, if they just want to have him like kill all the other Gozyugers and win the ring war, it's fine.
Honestly, if they're gonna reshoot everything, they might as well.
He can off-screen Goju Unicorn.
Oh god.
Okay, so Kinjiro plays Shuffling Grandpa Simulator, and Genji turns into
a card.
Ryu Danger. Yeah. And then he does turn into like a letter, so he goes through the crack in the door because he's so moved by Kinjiro, and he goes to the cafe and he's like, lady, give me eggs, and then he comes back. And so Kinjiro does the dance, and then he gets to eat eggs, so he gets to become young again. He uses his super eyes to look inside the no one's eyes to see the reflection of his hand.
Actually cheating. It's insane.
Actually cheating, but pretty cool. And the card player, no one loses. He has the old maid. But then Kinjiro's final duel condition is to kill the card guy anyway.
Yeah.
And Genji's like, you fucking cheater, and he cuts him. He slices him and all the Gozyugers get reborn. It's your new normal fight. They fight in a wrestling ring. I like that.
Yeah, it's neat.
So, okay, Ryo Tegasword himself is like, use me, Kinjiro, and he flies to him.
Right.
So immediately this makes Rikuo's lamer. Like, Rikuo getting Ryo Tegasword was Hoeru being like, here, use this.
Right.
Fucking Kinjiro is like rewarded by God.
It just proves that Kinjiro's built different.
Kinjiro on top, baby. Kinjiro Nation.
Now we know Ryo Tegasword's like ranking list is Hoeru, and then possibly Kinjiro, and then you got Ryugi, and
I don't know. We'll see about Ryugi. Okay. Oh, there's something I want to say about Ryugi when we get to 37.
Oh, okay.
So him and Genji tag team the no one. Everyone else fights like bell guys. It's fine. Fire Candle is there. I don't think I ever mentioned that, but he's there.
Yeah, he's been there the whole time, kind of like mediating for the whole competition. Literally just kind of there. He doesn't do anything otherwise until now.
Yeah. Until now. So they beat the no one. There was an old lady inside of him. I don't know. Guess she likes cards. We didn't even get to see her get it absorbed. But she was there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like, if you're not gonna show us like her getting absorbed, like if she's not a character, then I don't need you to show me them getting out. Like, if that's not part of the story you're telling me, then it's fine to just do that off screen.
Right.
Like, they've done it before where you just see like the energy get sucked into the Gozyuger.
Right. Like,
you didn't have to drag this poor old lady out of bed just for this one shot. I don't know.
That old lady's getting paid though.
Yeah, you know what? Facts. Who am I to disparage her getting her bag? So, Fire Candle brings down King Candela for the fucking 9 billionth time. The no one is still somehow like walking despite having the person ripped out of him.
Right.
And he's like, let me help you. And so he combines with King Candler, that happens.
Yeah, that's something that they've always been able to do, huh?
Yeah, that's something that I've really thought about them doing every episode. And this fucking card King Candler is stronger than Ryo Tegasword. Again, nobody but Hoeru gets to pilot Ryo Tegasword Robo. Just pointing that out.
Nope.
This is a Kinjiro episode, but he gets the power up and then sit back in your place. But yeah, so this fucking thing is beating Ryo Tegasword. Then the stupidest shit you've ever seen happens. Okay, so remember way a long time ago where their belief in Showa made the Ninja Ring activate and they made 5 Tegaswords. Yep. Remember that? It was a long time ago.
It was.
So I presume that is what happens in this moment. We are not shown the Ninja Ring in any way, but because that's the only other time this has happened, I have to presume that this happened again as we see 5 Tegasword Robos with each of their mecha combinations walking towards Hoeru. Who is piloting the red Tegasword? Is it just Tegasword himself? I'll never know. But Tegasword himself is combined into the Ryo Tegasword Robo. Right. So whomst is this red Tegasword? Does the Ninja Ring just give you a red Tegasword? But in that episode, there's not 2 red Tegasword Robos when they use the ring. So whomst is this man?
I have no answers for you. I'm sorry. I'm blown away by this rant. It's great.
This isn't even the thing that made me the angriest. That happens next episode.
Yeah.
So they pull up and then they just combine with Ryo Tegasword. It's cool. If you buy Ryo Tegasword, you can clip all the weapons onto it. That's fine.
Hooray.
But then they all get on top. Like they do this combo. It's like Ryo Tegasword 5 color, whatever. Then they get out of their mecha parts to stand on top with their unique weapons. But then the Ryo Tegasword summons a second Ryo Tegasword to hold like a big sword. And then he chops.
And that's their final move.
That's the final move. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Oh, God.
It's Gozyuger. Yeah, so that happens. They win. Everybody goes back happy. We didn't talk about it, but Genji has a flashback to Joji when they were playing baseball where like they lost really bad. And Joji's like, well, we'll keep playing in college and just pick up games in the street.
Right.
So he has like a sunnier disposition or like a more optimistic outlook. And so that gets to Genji at the end, gives him the Dire Ranger ring because he thinks that Joji is more deserving or whatever. Then he's like, let's grab a drink. And fucking Joji is back to Kinjiro and he's like, I'm a child. It's fine.
No, that was foreshadowing, I'm sorry to say.
Was it?
He didn't take Kinjiro
Oh
drinking.
my god. No. Holy shit.
If I don't laugh about it, no, I'll never laugh about it.
Holy shit. What are the odds that that's how the last episode ended?
It was an extremely unfortunate coincidence.
That's crazy. That is the blackest irony I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck? It literally, the last episode before she got terminated literally ends with a minor being pressured into drinking.
And then saying
what?
No.
Oh, God. Yeah, woof.
Woof, indeed.
Woof. I like Kinjiro. He deserved better than what he's gotten in this show.
Right.
But I don't hate this two-parter.
Yeah, it's not the worst two-part. It was definitely Kinjiro, let's say.
Yeah, I just wish there was more. I just, like, you could have done this. You could have had, like, this kind of scenario happen, like, 4 times by now. And I would have eaten it up.
Right.
I would have eaten it up. Like, one where he's, like, turns old at school and he's hiding from his grandson and he's calling the other Gozyugers to help. And then there's, like, a strict teacher, no one. They're like, that's so easy.
Yeah, no, it was too easy, one would say.
Let me tell you something. If I was writing the Gozyugers, it'd be different.
Until they hire us.
No, please, God. We would be so unprepared.
You're right. Scratch that. Hire us next season.
No. So that's 36. That's the last of the Sumino era of Gozyuger.
Yeah, we'll call it that. In the preview, which is what I'm pointing out now, you definitely see scenes of Sumino. But at least for the most part, they planned out a lot of the episode, and they were able to, from what I could tell, keep a lot of the episode.
Yeah, it's very strategic cuts.
Right.
Like, sometimes they'll just do a close-up on, like, just Hoeru, so you don't see the rest of the team, where obviously she would be standing.
Right.
So, for what it is, I don't think it's an awfully edited episode. It's just obvious that it was re-edited.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry, this is 37 now.
Yeah, this is 37 now. Kind of also tangential, but also kind of relevant to, social media and the space and what happens when you get canceled. How aware are you of, like, the Try Guys?
Oh, I'm extremely aware. But I have no idea why you're bringing it up.
So, the way Sumino is edited out of 37 is a lot of the way how they edited Ned out of a lot of their Try Guys episodes.
It was like that last batch before they announced he was leaving.
Right.
He was very edited. Yeah. That's true. Good eyes. You got them Kinjiro eyes picking up on that.
It's just very similar. So yeah, if you're working on something big with a large team of people and you're involved in a lot of projects, be considerate of literally everybody else. Kind of, I guess.
I mean, there's a lot of lessons. Like, if you're signed to a contract, like, make sure you get a lawyer to help you read that shit and make sure you abide by it. Mind what you post on social media. Yell at your fucking agency to fucking put out statements dispelling rumors.
Please.
Please. Again, we talked about all that stuff, so we should just talk about 37 as it aired.
Yeah, as it aired.
We'll never know the lost version of 37.
Which, based upon what we do know, I think that's fine.
Yeah. What we do know is that Tega June made a new baby.
Oh boy.
Her name's Ribbon of Destruction.
Very kawaii.
I think it's pretty fucking ugly.
Listen, I wasn't gonna go there. I was gonna be a little nicer, but yes.
But you're right. She's obsessed with cute things, and she gets introduced as Bouquet's Imoto, or little sister, and she calls Bouquet big sister, which Bouquet adores. That makes me think, like, are they all siblings?
I guess so.
Except for Shining Knife, right?
Yeah, no, he was married into the family.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. I never thought about Fire Candle and Bouquet being siblings before.
Yeah, I guess so. It also kind of brings to light, like, how they are around each other and, like, their relationship. It is very, like, familial. I guess like the dynamics of it all make sense to me now, because they were always just really good friends, I guess, which is one way to think about it. But to think of them as siblings now, yeah, I kind of treat my sisters the same way, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, you're right. Like, I always just read it like Jesse and James Pokemon relationship.
Right.
But then this is a new wrinkle or a new thought. It's not even a wrinkle because it's just, I don't know. It's just a new perspective, I guess. Well, so yeah, so Ribbon gets born and immediately she's like, I'm going to go look for cute things. Bye. And she leaves. And then Tega June thinks to herself, like, she meant for Ribbon to have a human form.
Yep.
Something's wrong with her. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, so ever since she got her ass kicked by fucking, what was that guy's even name? Bladio? The gladiator guy.
I don't remember either. Like the
that
3
guy.
weeks have clearly gotten to us.
This is why you can't show a fucking telethon in between our brains.
Cannot
clear out. Yeah, so I mean that's what I assume is ever since that happened, because before that she never brought this up. So I don't know. Kamade interrupts a woman spilling fucking needle balls all over children. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Very, in season.
Is it? I mean, I don't know. I know nothing about chestnuts. I'll just say that right now. Don't think I've ever had one or seen one. So he throws his robe off when he henshins like normal, and then the robe gets blown away.
Which is weird, because this is actually the first time this has ever been an issue. Normally he has to like shed it off himself.
Well, no, he does. He sheds it off when he transforms.
Right, but it doesn't.
But then it's just on the floor, and then it blows away.
Right, but normally he still has it on after he transforms a lot of the time, right? Am I crazy?
Well, no, he does, and then he sheds it off again.
Right, but it just kind of flew off his body. Okay.
I think it's because he was running towards to stop the balls from hitting the kids.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
He's done quick henshins before. I don't think it's that weird.
Fair enough.
Now, how the wind is strong enough to move a fucking coat that heavy while not making any visible blowing on the screen, I'll never know.
Listen, he fired a little too hard.
That's a thick ass leather jacket.
One would call it divine wind. He is a god after
all. So he saves the kids, and then he charges the lady for dropping her chestnuts, and then he finds his robe missing. He's like, my coat is gone.
Yep. And
now we get our new intro.
My God. Okay. I have to go off about this because I've ranted to someone else about this before, and I fucking hate it when openings do this. Like, okay, listen, editors of the show, no shade to you. Like, you guys did what you could with what you had. That's perfectly fine. But I fucking hate it when the opening is just scenes of the episode playing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it is lazy. It is awful. I never want to see it. And listen, like I said, I understand they worked with what they had. Dear God, why?
Yeah, so basically any moment in the opening where you would see Sumino non-transformed is instead replaced with like a cutaway to something from this episode, like an action scene or something.
Right.
Or a close-up. You're right, like this, I hate this. I think the Zenkaiger opening starts like something like that.
Yeah, and I hated that too.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, I mean, the Gozyuger opening was very nice before this, so obviously it feels jarring to have this re-editing. Who knows? Like, maybe they'll just keep this empty format and like insert the clips. Again, we don't know how much time they're being given to like re-edit or work on what's already been filmed. Like, we don't know that situation at all.
Right.
So you're right. Like, I think it's super lazy to have that kind of opening. I think if you're gonna have a show that has to have like an opening sequence, you should make an opening sequence instead of just filling it in with random stuff.
Right.
But even like the best Sentai ones do have a moment where they show like a screen with like a couple clips, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, it's in the Dawn Brothers opening. I think even Gozyuger had it. Like, there's a moment where they're all dancing around like a big ring, and then in the ring there would be like a little clips.
Right.
But you're right. There's obviously this opening has much longer clips.
Like, it takes up the whole screen. It dominates the opening. Like, there's don't show me what I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, couldn't they have used old? I mean, I'm sure they didn't have much time to put it together.
Right.
So maybe they literally couldn't use like old footage, or they would have like clip selecting would have taken too long. Who knows? But yeah, much like the rest of the episode, it is very obvious that this was a rush edit. And I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to get better.
Yeah, no, I don't. It probably won't. But hey, we're here for the long haul.
We're here. Well, the long haul is only like 12. So
that's like 3 months, 4 months.
I guess
4 months
so,
is
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah, that's true. In episode-wise, it's not a lot, but in time-wise, it is.
Right.
Another riddle. So Ribbon is walking around normal Japan, and whatever she thinks is cute, she puts a little ribbon on it, and whatever she doesn't think is cute, she just says, this isn't cute.
Right.
She magically finds the Kumade robe in the middle of the street, and she's like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. And she puts it on.
Yep.
That's our main conflict for the episode.
Yep, she's wandering around with Kumade's robe.
And then Hoedo's working at an Aeropostal or a fucking A&E.
It's a secondhand shop, I believe. They very briefly flash it, like, towards the end of the scene. Which is, that's fine. Those do exist.
Yeah, so Hoedo's working at Abercrombie & Fitch. And does that still exist anymore? I remember that was like the big clothing brand when I was a youngster. Everyone cool went there.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember those days. How unfortunate.
So Hood is working there, and then and no one comes in, and he steals everybody's clothes. Thankfully, it was wear your black leotard day, so they're all nobody's naked, but they're really acting like they're naked, like the way they're trying to cover up, but they're all in full black leotards.
Amazing censorship.
Amazing, incredible. So this is the fashion. No one. He sucks and he doesn't matter. Hoedo goes to like the customers. He's like, just take whatever you want off the racks or whatever to cover up. And they're like, thank you. And then the boss is behind him. He's like, what do you mean? And Hoedo's like, obviously I'm helping him. And then he turns around and sees it's the boss, so he gets fired.
Yep.
Again, like I don't know. The whole situation just reads weird because they're wearing black leotards. Like they're all acting like they're indisposed, but they're fully covered like from the neck down.
In defense from the shop owner, I'd be pretty pissed if people were wearing weird shit in my shop.
Well, I'd be
away
pissed
the other customers.
Yeah, if I'm selling clothes, I'd be pissed if my employee said, take whatever you want. Like, maybe I'd be like, okay, like, let me get you something from the bargain rack, but like, whatever you want.
Which is a moot point, because they can't put on clothes anyway.
Oh, you're right. They're trying to put on the clothes. It goes, bam, bam. So they're banned from wearing clothes by the no one.
Honestly, kind of fucked up. Fuck this no one.
Yeah.
I hate him. He's ugly
and
he's
sucks.
stupid and I hate him.
Yeah. So we find Hoedo is at the cafe. He's like sad about being fired. And Kinjiro's like, forget about that. Look at this fucking freak. And Mashiro is like rolling around on the stairs talking to himself. Like he's lost it.
Yeah, no, he is honey drunk because apparently that's also something that's been established.
Yeah, so he's honey drunk and he's like crackling and like making this awful sound every time he moves. It's like dried honey is caked on him.
Yeah.
I hate it. He sounds so sticky. What an episode. Also, 95% sure Sumino was there.
95%. You know what? The likelihood of that scene having Sumino, 100% chance she was there.
Yeah, because it's, again, like, it's everyone's in individual close-ups. Like, they never show you the whole, like, cafe room like they normally do.
Right.
So, my brain is telling me she was sitting at one of those tables. We get Bear Kuma, and he gives us some exposition that apparently Kumade won the robe from winning the ring war. That's, like, part of him being a champion.
Cool, or?
Cool, I guess. Yeah, does that mean Hoedo's gonna get a fucking jacket? That's cool. I don't know. But
that
whatever.
Was 1,000 years ago.
No, we'll get into that. So, yeah, Sumino is cut out. Oh, they go, like, to put on clothes for, like, the fashion one, because they argue about who knows clothes the best. And there's a scene where, like, they're all walking past clothing racks towards, like, the dressing room, and it cuts away right after Hoedo comes out, but you clearly see the top of Sumino's head over the clothes.
Right.
It's crazy. They take turns playing dress up, and they dress up as each other. It's kind of whatever. It's cute. I bet you Sumino was because who is it? No one. Is it Kinjiro that no one dresses up like? Because Hoedo dresses up.
Kinjiro is dressed up like Hoedo.
Yeah, Hoedo is dressed up like Rikuo. Right. Rikuo is dressed up like Ryugi.
Right.
Oh, and then Ryugi's dressed up
like Rikuo.
And like
No,
he's dressed up like Kinjiro. Yeah. No, so it is a full circle. So I guess maybe Sumino was just there, like judging them.
Okay, I will say, like, the suit that Kinjiro picked out for
Oh,
Ryugi was a high class suit. So that was 100% supposed to be Sumino dressing up Ryugi.
100. Yep, you're 1,000% right. Because it's like a fully black, like shiny suit.
Right.
It's not something that Kinjiro wears. I think you're super onto something. So then she would have been dressed like Kinjiro.
Right.
Like in plaid or something. Yeah. Man, good eye. Again, you got the fucking Kinjiro eyes.
I do what I can with my slits.
Bear Kuma went out to look for the robe and he finds it on what's it fucking name? Ribbon.
Yeah, he found the ribbon.
And he's like fighting her for it, and then she like turns and shows him her asshole and it becomes a dinosaur head.
Yeah, that's something that happened.
And they cut away from this, but in my brain, I thought like, "Oh shit, he got eaten."
Oh no!
But then it's revealed
his dick kicked in.
Yeah, all it did was beat the shit out of him and knock him in the bushes. So I don't know. Bear Kuma. I don't know anymore.
Bear Kuma.
We see Kumade at the cafe and he's like super upset. He feels like he's lost his place in the world. And then we get a flashback of him and Bear Kuma on the roof where he says 20 years have passed since his ring war. So 20 years in the Earth world.
Yep. Listen.
Okay.
All right. Keeping track of continuity in a show is insanely difficult, it seems.
Okay, so later on, he does, when they're doing like the fucking the space Nazis thing, he says like 10,000 years of solitude.
Right.
So Kumade was here 20 years ago in the Ring War that he won, and then presumably was taken by Tegasword to an alternate dimension to fight the darkness, where then he was left for 10,000 years.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yep, that's what happened.
And now it makes the Gozyuger universe, because we've been wondering like why they know about Domo Motaro and Zyuranger and stuff.
Right.
And we had speculated that does Sentai exist in this universe? But now with that, we know that the Ring War happened 20 years ago and is happening again now.
Right.
Now I'm wondering, does the Ring War just keep happening? And that's why people know the names of these guys.
Oh my god, it's the Holy Grail War from Fate.
Oh boy. Oh my god, this also fucking pissed me off. So we get another flashback of when Bear Kuma comes to the cafe, he's like beat up and injured, and Mashiro is like, "Why'd you risk your life? Like, you're way more important to me than the fucking robe." And we get a scene of Bear Kuma flying in the other dimension and getting Kumade out of stone. And then Kumade coming to this dimension
with Bear Kuma in tow.
Floating next to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so lonely here. Like, I can't relate to anybody. And then he uses the ring to give Bear Kuma life. So how the fuck does Bear Kuma go to a different dimension, wake up Mashiro, bring him to this next dimension, to the back home dimension, before being alive? How does that make sense? What the fuck? Like, literally, what the fuck is this? 10,000 years. 20 years ago. Frozen. 10,000 years. Comes back. But then the darkness from that darkness dimension war is here. And then all the robots from here are dead over there.
Right.
But then you can dig up the robots from the Earth's core. So was he just, does time work different in the fucking under the Earth? Was he just standing in the fucking Earth's core for 10,000 years, but it was only fucking 25 years up top? I'm giving Gozyuger a lot of grace because there's a lot of good things about it.
Right.
But I am sick and tired of this stupid ass undercooked world building. Either fucking make a world that makes sense or just fucking make it in the regular world.
Yeah.
Because I can't even think about how, it's kind of touching, Mashiro feels like he's alone. Like, everyone he knew is dead. Probably because he fucking killed him in the Ring War. And then he's been frozen for so long. So he makes a friend out of a little toy guy. That's kind of cute. Mashiro's needed some character development for a long time. But I can't even think about that. Because instead I'm fucking thinking about how does this toy that is inanimate fly to the fucking dimension and awake someone from stone before it has consciousness? Why would it do that? What would compel a toy to do that if it didn't have its own consciousness? Is he fucking soul bound to this fucking bear toy?
Yes. I mean,
I hate
yeah, no.
this.
This was my crash out like several episodes ago, I think.
Hate this. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do fucking fashion shit. The fashion guy's there. Doesn't fucking, who cares? Mashiro shows up in an ugly ass coat, and the fashion guy's like, that's so ugly. And he's like, I made it with Bear Kuma, so it's wonderful.
Oh, just hold on. Before we move on, more evidence of Sumino having existed prior to the annihilation of her existence. The fashion guy brings out a bellboy with aspects of each of their outfits, and he's literally wearing a skirt, and Sumino isn't there. And they all point out, oh, he's just wearing like different like things from our outfits. And it's like, none of y'all are wearing a skirt. Shut the fuck up.
Well, when they said that, it made sense.
It made sense.
It's just in the episode, it doesn't. Yeah, so he's like, I made this coat with love from Bear Kuma. So that's what fashion is. You should wear those experiences and feelings.
Hooray.
That's a good message. Yeah. Sure. Hoeru goes Jetman during the fight. Looks really good with the red vest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trying to fish for literally anything good about this episode.
Yeah. What's her face? The ribbon shows up. This is where something really weird to me happens. So there's two main conflicts in the episode, which is Hoeru and the fashion guy, and then Mashiro and unknowingly Ribbon, because she has his hoodie. But then even he knows when Bear Kuma comes that whoever has the robe beat the shit out of Bear Kuma.
Right.
So you would think with these two plot lines that those would be our final matchups.
Yeah.
Instead, when Ribbon shows up and calls down an Aiizer, it's Hoeru who runs to go fight her in Tegasort Akatsuki.
Yep.
Because Orca Booster shows up and has like, hey, I haven't been on like 10 episodes. So they're doing that. And then it's Mashiro who has this lecture with the fashion no one. And this is very weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to flip it here. Unless they're just hard committing to only Hoeru gets to pilot Tegasort.
I mean, this is something that's been there since before everything happened. Like, this was in the preview as well, with the Orca Booster and everything. So, this isn't a reshoot. This is just an active choice that they've made.
Yeah.
I'm just as confused as you are.
It's just very odd. Because never at any point after this does Mashiro mention, like, I'm gonna, like, beat you up for beating up Bear Kuma or anything like that.
Right.
Like, his whole arc this episode is saying how much he values Bear Kuma as like his partner and his one friend. But then he takes that and lectures the fashion guy about how he has no friends. It's a weirdly structured episode.
Yeah,
I just
could there have been more in the original cut? Who knows?
Who knows? Like, maybe Sumino says something about it and that changes his outlook. I don't know. Who knows? But as it stands, it's a very weird cross in the middle of at the end of this episode. And I don't know. Bear Kuma does show up with his own little coat. That's cute.
Yeah.
That's about it. They make a big fight. You know, everybody fights everybody. They beat fucking no one, and they beat Ribbon, and she throws the coat on the ground. And then Bouquet finds it, and she leaves it where he can find it or like mails it to him, but he's a homeless guy.
I mean, he gets a letter with it.
Yeah, there's a letter where it's like, hey, now we're even, because you know they do have that little relationship that they built over that much better episode. And then fucking Gudaburn shows up and he's like crying and whining about being left out again.
God, I hate
which again, this would have been the perfect moment to have a Gudaburn fight. Like she's just in an Aiizer. Like we've seen Gudaburn beat those before. It's not like she's a new powerful mech. So why not have the Gudaburn fight with fucking? I almost feel like I wonder if this joke at the end was written first and then they had to retrofit the rest of the main ending of the fight to fit this joke. Like if they thought like, oh, what if we did the Gudaburn thing again where he's like upset about being left out? That'll be a funny way to end it. So then they had to write around making that the ending. I don't know.
I hate that.
But if that was, it was not worth it.
It was not.
So he's upset about being left out, and Bearcoon was like, what are we going to do? And Mashiro was like, don't worry. And he pulls up the ugly-ass coat, and on the inside, where no one would see, there's a Gudaburn patch.
Because it's closer to his heart.
Yeah, he says it's closer to his heart, but then he also says it'd be too gaudy on the outside.
Hella fucked.
Hella fucked. He really treats Gutaburn like shit. Like, we're never gonna unpack this relationship because it's Sentai and he's a good guy, but he's straight up abusing this poor baby robot.
Yeah, no, that's straight up a child.
Yeah, that's emotional abuse.
Does not know the difference between everything that's happening.
Yeah. So, it's just fucked up. But he cries big tears, and then the tears are so big they're soaking Mashiro, which looks gross. And then he says, "Oh, the Gutaburn family is full of such good guys."
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Wahoo! Yeah, you bet. Or does he say Gutaburn family? I think he says Made, like Kumade.
Yeah, the Kumade family.
Yeah.
This episode,
which I guess is the three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the episode. It bad.
It bad.
Even without the weird editing, I don't know if good, but as is, it bad.
No, it's taken away his ability to speak proper English.
We don't get the preview, but like I mentioned, a preview for, I think it was a rerun of Boom Boonger ended with a preview for 38.
Oh.
Like, I guess they didn't catch that or something. I don't know. But apparently the next episode was supposed to be the Sumino Rio Sword episode, which obviously...
I'm just kind of curious what you saw.
I did watch it. I don't remember much. Just that it was a Sumino focus episode. And then the last clip is her with the Rio Sword armor.
Huh. Did it look good?
Oh, you're wondering if it's AI?
No, I mean, like, did the Rio Sword armor look good on Gozyuger?
Oh, I mean, it's not great quality video.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. It didn't look ugly, but it was only there for like 2 seconds, I think. I'll see if I can find it after this and send it to you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're right, because we're probably never going to see it in the show.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's not going to fucking happen.
Absolutely not.
So, again, I don't think that's an episode you can just cut up the way they did this one, being that it's a focus episode. Like, if you cut her out of that episode, you probably have like 11 minutes of TV.
Yeah.
My best guess is that they're just gonna move ahead to the Ryugi Sword arc,
right?
Or episode at least. Who knows if it's an actual 2-parter? Because again, then they can cut around Sumino more easily and still have an episode to put out. And then again, if they are gonna recast her or switch to Oto or something, they can save the reshoot for that Sumino episode for that.
Right.
But yeah, again, Ryugi was going to be fucking dead last in order of the Rio Sword, which is just pathetic. He dedicates his whole life to Sword, and he's still the least favorite.
Don't join a cult, guys. It's never worth it.
Don't join a cult. That's Gozyuger. Again, it's sad. This was supposed to be like a big anniversary, and now it's like the dying gasp of a brand, and also it's mired in this controversy with the talent agency and this poor girl. What can you say? Like, what is there even to say about Gozyuger?
Nothing. There is nothing at this point. It's woof.
When this started, I don't think anyone was saying that it was going to be the worst in Reiwa, because everyone was pretty hyped for it.
Right.
But I'd be hard pressed to see someone say that this wouldn't go at the bottom now.
Yeah, no. If we went back in time and you told either of us that this was going to be like the biggest shakeup in Sentai history, like,
I don't think I would have believed you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed you.
I would have been like, well, they do the shakeup after the anniversary.
Exactly.
But the anniversary is to celebrate, not to shake things up. But now we're in the murkiest waters that Sentai has been, at least since I started paying attention to it.
Right.
And I mean, Sentai is basically dead, as far as we know.
What words have I got left? I don't. It hurts.
I got nothing. If you do want to support my Memori, from what I saw on Twitter, that there were some people trying to organize like fan letters being sent. You can probably search for that if that's something you're into. Well, by the time this comes out, it's probably over.
Yeah.
But it's very sad. I hope for the best for her in life or in this career if she decides to try and still pursue it. Fuck her agency.
Fuck her agency. Words to live and die by.
Words to live and die by, but not sleep by. It's time for
the segment
Change. Zeztz. What a breath of fresh air.
Like waking up from a great nap. Ooh, how excited we are for Zeztz. God, what a fucking pair of episodes.
It's literally like night and day. Yeah, I can't remember, but I don't think it was, even when we didn't like Gavu, we weren't like in love with Gozyuger. This is the most like opposite my feelings on shows have been.
No. We were
Baku
not.
is working as a fine dining chef in the kitchen.
Oh, baby.
We see an old man chef named Sano, and his sous chef is like, hey, taste my sauce. And he tastes it, and he's like, this is dog shit.
Do it again.
And he's like, this is the 100-year-old Royale sauce, bitch.
The youngin' decides to argue back. He's like, I followed the goddamn recipe.
And then he's like, well, try it. And if you don't think it tastes good, get the fuck out of my kitchen.
Proceeds to get fucking floored by how shitty this sauce is.
Oh, well, Nem is there. This time she's like a vegetable merchant.
But she's already a vegetable.
Vegetable selling vegetables.
Of course.
Shiomi, I wrote it down, it doesn't matter. But the sous chef that tasted the sauce then collapses and like starts seizing out. And everyone's like, what's going on? Whoa. And then the first mind door opens. And it's really cool. We see like, I don't know how you describe it. It's almost like a newspaper cut out like wallpaper. Like it's an image, but then the image is like laid out on the floor and on the walls. So like there's bends and creases.
It's like an insane effect. See, this is the kind of editing we like seeing. These are what we want special effects for. Like, Zeztz has never failed in making things seem unreal or making things seem like otherworldly and ethereal. Perfect theming for the dream.
Right. Yeah. The dream thing is really cool every time. So the mission is to destroy the bioweapon.
Yeah.
Not where I thought we were going when we started off in a fucking
restaurant.
Not at all. Nem offers to help him figure out where the bioweapon is as a thank you for promising to look for her, which is sweet. So this is like the first, they've been kind of like easy allies, loose partners, but this is the first time they're actually like from the jump, like, let me help you solve this case.
Which I think is a very awesome dynamic to have, actually. Mm-hmm. Because, at least from the past few Kamen Rider series, there haven't been a lot of partner dynamics. At least in terms of directly helping the protagonist. Like in Gav, you have Sachika, but she's not ever really helping
Shoma. She helped a little bit, but I get what you mean. Yeah. It's like a different kind of relationship.
Yeah, like she's never like directly helping him solve his cases. Like she has like the social media thing, right? But it's never
fucking Sachika and her Twitter.
God, it's insane how effective it was, though. But yeah, like she never directly helped him, like side by side. I think the last time we've had a dynamic like this in Kamen Rider, man, hard to say. I guess directly would be Revice because they were kind of stuck together at the hip. They had to help each other.
That's another thing. Sorry, but speaking about the Sumino controversy, one more time. Apparently, Vice's voice actor did like blackface or something.
Yes, he did get canceled for that.
Yeah, but he didn't get fired from Revice.
He did not. Shit.
So remember, kids, child porn and blackface, A-okay.
Underage drinking, absolutely
get the
not.
Fuck out of here.
Listen, it's a kid's show.
It's a kid's show. Oh boy. But yeah, I get what you mean. Like, especially because at this point we have no reason to think that Nem will be a writer. I mean, she might.
Right.
But it's also interesting in a kind of way that in the Awake world he has like the PSB, like Fujimi and Asuka. But then in the dream he has Nem. So it's like he has two different sets of partners.
Man, blessed much?
Polyamory much?
Oh boy. But yeah, it's a really cool dynamic.
Yeah, it's bound to be fun. Like Nem already is fun just by being in the dreams. So just solidifying the fact that they're gonna work with each other is A-okay. What I didn't know and what I should have known. So he takes Nem to the Zero Clubhouse in the dream.
Yes.
And I freaked out at first because I was like, he can take her there in the dream? Like, what the heck? But then I remembered episode 1, the first time he goes to that room is in his dream.
Right.
So it's almost like, is the closet door like a portal to his mind world where this room is, or does this room physically exist?
I feel like it's one of those little bit of column A, little bit of column B type deals. The mystery of that is definitely gonna be intriguing, and when they do the reveal later on, I'm sure it'll be mind blowing. But for right now, at least, like the fact that it acts as the hub, like the base hub for both the dream and reality, it's interesting. I like it a lot because it gives the characters like an anchor, right?
Right.
Where you can't be exactly sure whether or not they're in the dream unless you notice like the little things, or obviously like when them being there, it's obviously the dream, right?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be very fun if like one time he goes in there like from his room and we just think it's normal, but it's actually a dream or something. That'd be a
and
fun,
he finds them.
Ooh. Oh, that'd be fun. Be very
Dynamics.
So Nem gets to meet Zero. She's the only one who gets to meet Zero in robot form. Remember, he's still hiding that in the waking world.
Right.
And she just, again, goes to the machines, gets a capsum for free. Why not get 5 billion? She gets a green one. This will be the first of our green forms, as we'll see later.
Indeed.
So Baku's dumb toy phone, the Zeztz Pokedex, gets a call from Fujimi, and he's like, Fujimi-san, and then he wakes up and his real phone is ringing from Fujimi. So is his little Zeztz phone like Bluetooth synced to his real phone? That's crazy.
I mean, that would make the most sense. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. Also, I kind of had this experience, like, in my own life, actually, like, my phone ringing, and then it resonating into my dream. And I actually have a very vivid memory of this, which is crazy.
What?
Where, so I have an alarm set to wake me up in the morning.
Yeah, of course.
And, like, the alarm that plays synced perfectly with my dream, which is weird, because it didn't wake me up, but it was kind of like,
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside!
Sorry, go ahead.
You're good. It didn't immediately wake me up, but
wake
it synced up perfectly. God fucking... Apologize, does it again.
Sorry.
Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm back.
It didn't wake you up.
So it didn't immediately wake me up, but it synced perfectly with my dream. And like, because I didn't immediately wake up, I actually slept through that alarm.
Oh, shit.
It's kind of interesting to see, like, his phone wake him up immediately from that phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that what you hear in real life kind of translates into a dream in the same sense, it makes sense to me that a phone kind of being like the anchor between the two worlds as well. Where was I going with this? Because you said it was weird to think that
the phones were synced.
But to me, it just kind of makes sense. That's
well, you know, we've never talked about our own dreams. You are an avid dreamer, right?
I am an avid dreamer.
Yeah. I have that thing on Twitter where everyone knows the fucking think of an apple chart.
Yeah.
That shit went crazy.
It did go crazy.
I'm pitch black. I cannot see shit inside my head. So we
have talked about this.
Yeah. I very rarely have dreams. And when I do, they're very weird.
That's the best part.
I guess so. But yeah, so maybe that's why it makes more sense to you. Because if in your dream you're just like doing stuff and then your phone rings and you look at your phone in the dream, then that checks out. Whereas I would be like just nothing and then my phone would ring and I'd be like, oh, I gotta wake up, it's my phone.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That actually makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess from that perspective, we're gonna have two very different viewing experiences of Zeztz.
Well, I mean,
thinking about it like that.
I know dreams in media, you know, just because I don't experience them that much. Like, I've seen stuff about dreams, like in shows and stuff.
I guess that's fair too. But I think having the experience does change the viewing experience as well. Because I guess I haven't really talked about it a lot. I do relate to a lot of what's been happening in Zeztz, in that I very much feel the immediate danger when something bad is happening in a dream. I guess we'll get into it later at the end of episode 8 for this, but his experience happening right at the end of episode 8, I've had a very similar experience. experiences.
Oh, God.
Waking up in a cold sweat and just kind of realizing, holy shit, I'm alive.
Well, that's not how he ends episode 8.
That's not how he ends episode 8, but like, I don't know if you've had those experiences, but it's a very visceral reaction for me. Like, seeing that happen and like living.
I've had the ones where like you feel like you're falling and you wake up to start, you know, those kind of dreams.
Right.
And I have woken up in like a cold sweat, like, ugh, like what just happened? But then I have no memory of what happened.
Oh, man. Like, my cold sweat dreams are always the fucking worst for me to remember. Because they're like, they're always like at the edge of my seat death experience.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. But yeah, I think that remembering like the Apple thing, like, and knowing that you see like pitch black, I think will be an interesting thing for me to keep in mind watching the show. I think.
Yeah, just keep in mind that I'm disabled, okay?
Yes, you're very special.
Yeah. Oh, everything. Jesus, where the fuck were we talking about?
The phone. It was the phone.
Right. He wakes up to the phone call from Fujimi, and he tells him that somebody collapsed for real at that restaurant.
Oh my god.
And then that restaurant is going to cater the diplomatic meeting between Japan and fucking Fake-tobia. Oh,
Fake-tobia.
It was like Eldovia or something.
Yeah, Eldovia. It will not be relevant.
No, it's very clearly just a Russian guy. It's very much like the fucking, what is it, Princess Bride? No, not Princess Bride. Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
What was that, Geldovia?
Oh, God. Something like that.
Yeah.
The point is, fake country, fake white man.
Yeah. Which, I don't know why it's so weird that they had to invent it. Maybe because it was a diplomatic meeting, like in quotes. That's why they had to make a fake country.
A rule in Japanese media. I don't know where I've heard this or where I got this information, but when presenting diplomatic relations between Japan and another country, you can't actually show that in media.
Oh.
I don't know if that's real. Don't quote me. I just feel like this is something that I've heard before.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's plausible.
Yeah, it's plausible.
Sounds plausible.
I mean, they've got all kinds of weird rules in media in Asia. Like in China, you can't show like a dead body. You've got the weird censorship there. Like whenever you're translating something between shows. So likely this is something, since they're showing internationally, they have to abide by the rule very strictly.
Oh, yeah, maybe. It's just weird. Well, not weird.
Fair.
It's just silly. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fujimi and Asuka go to like a big Japanese, I don't know, it's like the Senate room almost. And they meet with the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs, Teruo Yakuda. Will that ever fucking matter? I don't know, but I wrote down his name. If he comes back, I'm gonna pop.
Yeah, you're seeing the future already.
And they're basically like trying to convince him to not do that restaurant because they think there's a black case. And he's like, well, that's what the president of Fake Belvia wants. So like, eat a dick.
I mean, he's the president of said country. Oh, he gets what he wants.
Yeah,
but the more relevant thing in this scene. So the police force chief is kind of like really insistent on them solving this if this is a black case. And then Nazca is kind of like, why is he so obsessed with black cases? And the chief's like, oh, he hasn't fucking told you. Oh boy.
There is
intrigue.
Just to be clear, there is a scene between that and this.
There is. I'm sorry.
But no, it's fine. Yeah, so he mentions, he's like, he hasn't told you? Like, yeah, I guess he wouldn't. Basically, Fujimi's last subordinate before Nazca quit.
Resigned after a black
he resigned.
Case.
It wasn't after a black case. Did he say after a black case?
He said it involved black cases, yeah.
Well, he says that Fujimi's last guy resigned and that Fujimi thinks it was because of a black case.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And that's why he's obsessed with black cases.
That's why he's obsessed, because he wants to understand what happened with his homie. Which,
right.
If let's think about this, worst case scenario, the nightmare takes hold, the person does something bad or whatever, If your coworker that you're close with just flipped and became a different guy and quit, you'd be like, what the fuck happened to him?
Fair
I have
point.
to save my friendo. Now, this friend is going to be very interesting. in episode 9.
Oh yeah.
But rewinding a little bit, somehow Baku gets him and his sister into the restaurant. He mentions like writing for a food blog or something.
Yeah.
But we know that's not real because he uses that cover again when he's talking about Fujimi stuff.
Right.
So I would think that this fine dining restaurant with a 100-year history would be hard to get into and even harder to afford if you're jobless.
Right. But
the plot demands it.
The plot demands it. No, doesn't he get the invitation from Zero?
Oh. Did I miss that?
No, yeah. He definitely gets the invitation from Zero.
Oh.
And, like, the reason why he brings up the food blog, because his sister's like, how did you get these tickets? Like, how did you get these invites? Mm-hmm. And then he uses the food blog as an excuse to his sister.
I must have missed that. Is it when he gives him the toy? Does he give him the... I see. I was too distracted by the toy.
This will give you, like... Yeah, he's like, by the way, use these invites. You'll need them.
I see. Yeah, I was jingle jangle keyed. I was not
jingle jangle, new toy, jingle jangle.
Yes, there's a new toy, and it's like a Spy Kids lens. It sees it. You look through things. And it scans stuff to determine if they're poisonous or not. I guess.
Fun kids toy.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like, those red glasses or whatever that you would use to read hidden messages, like on Lunchables. Yeah. It's just that.
Which is fine.
It's fine. It is a kid's toy. Like, literally, that's a kid's... I had one of those.
I wanted one of those.
Let me tell you, they're real disappointing once you got
No, my dream!
Once you realize that you can't write new messages easy, they're pretty fucking worthless.
No, I wanted to be a spy. You're ruining my dream.
So he's testing everything when they go to the restaurant, and it turns out the 100-year Royale sauce is the biohazard. Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Which was, kind of obvious because the guy collapsed after tasting the sauce. But it's good to know, I guess.
It could have been a gas. He was looking at the vents when they were like, it's a biological weapon.
That's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. And later on, the vents do get used in the dream.
Right.
So then we have the scene with Fujimi's partner, or about Fujimi's partner. And then Zero gave Nem the Z phone, or the Zeztz Pokedex thing before she left, which is interesting. And she uses it to test the capsule she got, and it's the recovery capsule. Ooh. Healing. Which is, I think that's a power I haven't seen in Kamen Rider that much. Or even Tokusatsu.
Yeah, because it's absurdly broken in every form of media.
Yeah. But even then, when you think of classic, RPG archetypes, there's the healer, You never see in Tokusatsu that there's one rider or whatever that just heals people.
I guess that's true.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's unique.
The reason why they don't use it is because every time it exists, it's absurdly broken, and it's hard not to use it as an answer to everything,
True.
I think it's hard to write around, which is why it's not used a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, we'll see. If stuff comes up later, I'm like, he could have just used recovery caps. I'm using an idiot. Then maybe it was a mistake to introduce it.
Okay, to be fair, I think in a hard enough concept to write around, like dreaming, they have that as a very hard thing to write around anyways.
That's true.
So adding one more thing, like a healing capsule that can heal anything, they could figure it out. It's a dream. Yeah. But also, maybe I'm giving them too much leeway there. Who knows? There's so much you can do with this.
Yeah. I mean, again, the possibility of dreams is limitless. Speaking of dreams, they go back into the dreams, night 2, and the chef is cooking the sauce, and Baku stops him because the sauce is the nightmare.
The sauce is everywhere.
Yeah, the
Dear
sauce
God
is everywhere, and then it coagulates together to become the nightmare. I don't know. I mean, all the other nightmares we've seen have just been a guy, Okay,
and he's
doing
fair,
stuff.
The prison was the nightmare.
Oh, you're right.
That's
true.
Episode.
That's true. I'm full of shit. But even then, it's a being,
Yeah.
I didn't think a nightmare could be a sauce.
I guess so.
Are they eating that? Well, yeah, they're eating the nightmare, and then that kills him, right?
Yeah, no, that kills him. This is definitely the most unique application of nightmares we've seen to date, which gives me a lot of hope for every other episode moving forward. If we get cool, fun concepts like this all the time, I am hella invested.
Yeah, I mean, fucking the nightmare could be anything. Like,
exactly.
If the nightmare can be sauce, it can be anything.
Yo, that's the sauce.
That's the sauce. So he goes Stratus. Is that what it's called? The blue wind one.
Stream.
Stratos.
You were close.
Stream, and they're fighting, and then eventually it sends like poison blasts at Nem. So he covers her and takes the poison.
Yep.
And he gets hurt because he got poisoned, because that's how poison works.
Well, fuck. Now it's time to use that new capsum I've got.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, yeah, Nox shows up just casually.
Super casually.
He's like, too much time in the dream, you won't notice the new nightmare. Whatever the fuck. Cryptic ass Nox. So yeah, no, the chef is like also there and he's collapsing.
Right.
And Baku's like, is he not the dreamer? Which later on we learned that he is, but why?
That's
I don't know.
the mystery. I mean, they do kind of explain it. But
right.
In this episode, it's the mystery. It's
You're
super
right.
sick,
Now,
actually.
I'm so stupid. I literally just put that together with what happens next episode. I was like, why did he eat the sauce if it's his bad dream?
Surprise!
But no, it's because the thing next episode. Oh,
yeah. You're good.
Yeah. Baku is like obviously sweating in pain in bed, and that wakes up his sister, who's like freaking out because he's dying.
Yeah, no, which is why, like, what I mentioned before, like, it's a very visceral thing.
Yeah. He's like sweating and like tossing and turning. And at one point he stops breathing. And so we see his sister doing like fucking CPR, like chest compressions. It's like, it's dangerous out here. And this is where Nox hits us with if you die in the game, you die for real.
Oh, baby, it's my favorite part.
So just to clarify, if you die to a nightmare, then you die in real life, which... yeah.
Yeah, I mean, checks out. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, I think I just kind of assumed that. I don't know.
Which is a fair assumption.
That is also not where the episode ends.
Isn't that where the episode ends?
No, because she uses the recovery thing.
Right.
She uses the recovery capsule. She puts it in, because she grabs the Zeztz. Is it Zeztz blaster? I don't even know what it's called. She grabs the gun and shoves the capsule in and shoots it.
Oh, no, that happens all in episode 9.
What? That's Apocalypse.
No, that does all happen in episode 9. Because episode 8 definitely ends with him dying. I remember, because I would be scrolling on YouTube, and all I would see for the past 2 weeks before episode 9 was, oh my god, he's dead. That was the cliffhanger for 2 weeks.
Wait, but then does someone use the recovery capsule in this episode?
He does use the recovery capsule because he does notice the old man has collapsed. So he rushes to the old man's side and uses the recovery capsule's power to heal the old man.
Okay. Because the note I have is that recovery's powers.
Right. So he does use it to heal the old man, but he doesn't use it on himself in time.
But he uses it on the old man, and then he also uses it to like fix the damaged floor and stuff. Right. So once again, I will bring up JoJo. One of the main stands in JoJo is called Crazy Diamond, and it has this kind of power where it can restore things back to their previous state.
So it's broken.
It's broken, but it's limited by he can't use it on himself. So he can heal other people and heal like the world and stuff, but he can't heal himself.
But we know that Zeztz isn't limited by this.
No, yeah, Zeztz is fucking breaking this shit. But yeah, seeing recovery in action, Nox goes like, I found it. Like he's been looking for this kind of power, presumably. Gasp. And then he says like, if you die in the dream, you die for real. And then he stops breathing and his sister calls an ambulance.
Yep.
That's episode 8. And that was crazy.
What? Main character dead? Not even episode 10?
They didn't even introduce the secondary yet.
My God, who's gonna save the dream world now?
Can you imagine if they killed like the main writer before we got a secondary, and then like the secondary just became the new main writer?
Oh, dude, and then the secondary's job is just to revive the main writer, and then episode 30 happens, main writer's alive, and he's like, what the fuck happened for the last 22 episodes?
Oh, and then he's like recovering, and then he becomes the secondary writer?
Oh my God. Toei, hire us.
Stop saying that. Zeztz 9.
Immediately starts up.
Yeah, Nox stops the nightmare from like finishing Baku off as he's writhing on the ground. Then Nem shoots him with the recovery and the gun, and it heals him, but she goes fucking flying.
Which goes to show you how crazy strong Zeztz is in comparison to just like a normal human.
True.
Because if the recoil of the gun is that big on the charge shot, how is that man still standing? How are his arms not broken?
And that's not even like his muscle form, like impact form.
Right.
Like he can use the gun still with all of his forms. So yeah, you're right. That's just fucking crazy strong. Well, I mean, she's also like a small girl.
Very true.
She's probably 100 pounds soaking wet. So she would have gone flying from any gun. But yes.
Yeah,
I agree
excellent
with you
point.
Baku wakes up in the hospital and Fujimi... Wait, no. Does he first... Yeah, first he talks to his sister about it.
Right. And her sister is freaking out.
As you
Because she's like, holy shit, you are literally dying because you were helping people.
Yeah, so she's starting to put together, like, you know, bad stuff only happens when you help people. You've been helping people.
And so she immediately puts him on hospital arrest.
Yeah, and the whole, like, all the nurses and doctors and stuff are there too, like, nodding in agreement. It's pretty cute.
Okay, to be fair, if we're thinking about it, because of all this shit that happens when he helps people, he's probably a regular at that hospital. They probably know about all these shenanigans. That's why it's super funny that they're so down with keeping him on hospital arrest, because this time he actually almost died. Probably again. This is probably like the millionth time this has happened.
Probably. That's true. I never even thought about that. He's been hit by a meteor.
Yeah, he's gotten hit by a UFO. Like
I don't know if that one's canon.
Yeah, questionable.
Is the ending of Gabu canon to Zeztz? That's weird. It's weird to think about.
But yeah, regardless, he is on hospital arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Really fucking funny. But also the policeman seems to know this because fucking climbs up through a second story window.
Yeah, Fujimi climbs in the window to talk to Baku. And at first he's like, come on, let's go. And Baku's like, I'm under hospital arrest. I almost died.
And Fujimi's like, oh no, everything's fine now. Like, nothing's gonna happen. Because after the incident, whatever happened.
Sano collapsed.
Sano collapsed. So they can't cook for the world meeting anymore. It's fine.
So it turns out that Sano was scheduled to get surgery on this day, the day of the meeting. But then he was clearly trying to avoid that to do this big catering, and he collapsed at work. Again, tying back to 8. So when we see him in the dream collapse, it's because of the illness, not because he's eating the food, which is still his dream.
Yep.
I did not put that together.
That's fine.
That's funny. No, so Baku like parkours out the hospital, out the window and down to get to Sano's room. Where also at one point, I think it's supposed to be nighttime, but it's very obviously daytime with a blue filter.
Yeah,
I'm not critiquing them. Like, you do what you gotta do, but it's just funny. So he overhears the sous chefs that are there. By the way, only one of the sous chefs was in the dream. What does that say about Sano's opinion of the other guy?
Listen. I got nothing. The other guy's cooked.
Yeah, for real. The other guy sucks. They're basically standing around him, and they're like, they're not talking shit, but they're kind of talking about how like they're ready to inherit the restaurant.
Right. They were talking about how like he's always so rough on them, and it's like it's their time to pick up
step up
the torch. Yeah. And so they decide to do the conference without Sano. My God. Yeah. You know, hold on. I got something to say. After seeing in the dream, we saw the dude mess up the fucking sauce as badly as he did, apparently, that it had to be poured down the drain and he had to start over again. What gives him the gall to think he's ready to present the same food on the world stage?
He didn't have the other sous chef in the dream.
Yeah, that's all. Which we know the other sous chef is cooked because he wasn't in the dream. So they're just fucked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll be honest, the whole message of this dream didn't really hit for me the way the other ones have.
Yeah, the way that this old man doesn't want to pass on the torch, even though that was the entire message of this episode.
Yeah, we'll get to it. It's weird, some mixed messaging here.
Yeah.
So we see Nazca leaving a building with the Odaka sign on the exit. So it's the Odaka residence, their house.
Right.
Which we'll find out later is Fujimi's old partner. Or not partner, he was subordinate. But partner, whatever.
The relevance.
Yeah. So Baku figures out where the mine doors would be. We forgot to mention he looks at all the photographs on the wall when they're at the restaurant.
Right.
So, and apparently this location is like the second restaurant. So he puts together that the doors would be at the old original restaurant.
Right.
So in the dream world, he gets on Zero as a bike. And Nem gets on, and then like the window flashes towards the building, and they do like a cool bike jump out the window. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's also a kind of cute scene where he's like, "I know where the mine door is," and Nem's like, "You do?"
Yeah, so then they're going around looking through the doors, and he does a little peek-sees. And so it turns out the chef did want to pass the restaurant down, and he's hard on his sous chefs because he loves them so much. And the nightmare is that his legacy and the legacy of the restaurant gets ruined.
No,
Neo
should have taught your subordinates better.
The subordinates then show up at the fucking event, and Fujimi tries desperately to stop them, but they're like, we want to uphold the legacy of this restaurant too. It means a lot to us. And then Nazca like kicks somebody.
So he's being held down, or Fujimi's being like held back by security guard, or like they're like in a tussle.
Right.
And then Nazca just kicks them both out of the way and says, "Oh, my bad. I saw a bee." And then everybody shrugs it off, and the subordinates walk through to continue cooking. It's a little bit of a weird scene. But you do see Fujimi's desperation. He doesn't want a black case to happen. He's just trying desperately to stop it. Like, I get it. Mm-hmm. It's something.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So we see what's Baku. You see Baku starting to fight the nightmare, and then Nox shows up, and it says he's a wanderer. Nem's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm a wanderer in dreams, just like you."
Yeah, not different from you. Then he does a weird, like, little cheek caress, and he touches her ear, and then you see the butterfly earring.
And there's a zoom in on the butterfly earring too,
which means it's probably important.
I mean, we've already seen like Nox has Nem's body. She makes the butterflies. The butterflies turn into nightmares. So there's something going on with the butters and the flies.
Right.
Nox interrupts the nightmare fight with a new toy.
Oh boy!
It's a dumb
dingle
looking sword.
Shiny toy.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle.
I don't know. White and orange is not a color. That just gives creamsicle.
It's not an uncommon color combination. I've seen this color combination in Wizard. Let's call him the main bad guy for like the first half of the show. He's got like the white and orange look to him. I guess in the same vein as like silver and orange, that's a combo that we see regularly that you do not enjoy. The white and orange thing.
We just saw it with Vram.
Yeah, with Vram. So like the light or pure color with the orange coloring also like highlighting it isn't terribly uncommon.
I just to clarify, what I don't like is blue, orange, and silver.
Ah, fair enough. That's my bad. I'm spreading misinformation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for not slandering me. Vram, works. I like Vram. Kurame Silver, disgusting.
Silver, disgusting.
Boken
Silver,
hideous.
Also bad. Yeah, I agree.
Oh my god,
didn't work out for that.
The worst. Yeah, so he has a dumb little sword. They've been teasing Nox, not teasing, but we've been getting leaks of like, it's around the time where they would introduce a new rider,
right?
Even if it's like a enemy rider. So Nox showing up with a new sword. We're progressing more towards that kind of scenario, I would imagine.
Right.
He swings it and he breaks the tip off the axe.
Yeah, so Nox is crazy fucking strong.
Yeah, or the sword is really strong. We also forgot to mention I think this is the first time we see the axe, right? We've only seen the sword in the gun form, so this is axe.
It is the
form.
first time we see the axe.
Yeah. So, because from what we know from the toy listings, it was supposed to be like red sword, blue gun, green axe, and then purple scythe.
Yep.
So, yeah. The axe looks cool. I think, honestly, the axe is my favorite of the three forms.
Yeah. Honestly, I just love axes as toys for the most part.
Yeah.
They just fit better in my hand.
True.
Ergonomically.
Well, also, maybe it's just because of how many fucking swords we get.
That's
an
true.
Axe just stands out. But yeah.
Also, I'm bigger fan of axes in like Fire Emblem games. I haven't played a lot of them, but I do know they do big hit and they don't hit a lot.
why at least in Three Houses, they kind of just made it so all the weapons feel the same.
Lame.
Yeah, I do miss the weapon triangle. I think the game is more interesting that way. You have to think more about what units you send. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
So Baku uses the recovery capsule to fix the axe together, and Nox is like, yes, yes, yes.
God, I don't like how you're saying that.
He like turns to a tree and he's like banging his head into it. He's like, yes, yes.
Yeah, that's his Gollum moment. That's his one ring.
And he's been waiting for this kind of power. Now, we don't know how much he knows or anything like that, but like, did he know that this kind of power was possible? Did he know about capsums at all? These are mysteries, obviously, but very interesting. The thought that he was waiting. Oh, go ahead.
Considering his toys will interact with capsums, I'm sure that.
Okay. All right, I'm trying to speculate it based on the show, and you're just like, well, I know the toy line is
surprise,
extraneous knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're right. He's gonna use capsums at some point, but it's just interesting. Like, why was he just waiting for this kind of power? Unless he's gonna use it on Nem body? Question mark. I mean,
do have a sneaking suspicion that he just didn't have access to the technology, right? Like maybe he knew it existed, but since Zero is obviously not working with them and is hidden from him, it's kind of like he's just been trying to figure out how to access this technology, right?
Yeah, maybe I could see that for sure. I think, we talked a little bit, I don't know how long ago, a few episodes ago, about how we think Zero is more sus than he seems and Nox is less evil than he seems.
Oh, dude, even more so by the end of this episode. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, how do you make it clear to us that Nox isn't as bad as we think? Like, if he uses the recovery thing on Nem, then I'll be like, oh, something's going on,
Right.
But then if Nem body wakes up in Dream World, what happens to Dream Nem? And that's its own can of worms.
Shit, you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because how is her physical body in the dream world, but then her consciousness is also in the dream world? Double the M's. I mean, we have no answers right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nox crashes out because he's so happy. Baku kills the nightmare. Oh, well, we see the diplomats try the food. Like, this gets down to the wire. The diplomats like eat the food.
Yeah, I was a little tilted.
I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna fail again. Because we haven't seen him fail really since the bomber, like in episode 3. So it's been like a couple good cases. And I was like, oh shit, like he's gonna fail again. But then I was like, he can't fail because then they have to have this stupid war plot or something.
It's like, holy shit, they poisoned the president of a country. Everything's fucked.
Yeah, they're super fucked. Imagine the dreams are still the same, but in the daytime they're at war with Voldovia or whatever.
Oh my god.
That'd be crazy.
That would derail everything.
So Baku beats the nightmare at the last second, and then after their coughing fits, they're both like, it's really good.
Yeah, like they just play it off like nothing happened. It's like, how the fuck?
They're like coughing hard and like touching their chests and like bending over.
Like all the bodyguards were reacting too. Like there was one dude on a phone. They were ready to like, all right, drop the nukes. Wait, hold on. No, sorry. That was back up. Send the missile? No, that's even worse.
You'd be like, get a doctor. I don't think.
No, the war starts then and there.
Oh my god, that's why you walk back nukes? Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting canceled.
Holy shit.
All right, hold on. Before we go too far, I do want to mention in the fight, like as he's fighting the poison dude, I do think it's super cool the way they leverage the recovery power during his fight. Because the poison is obviously constantly hurting him, right? Like you could see it as the poison just kind of tries to envelop his body, but the healing capsule recovers it just as quickly as he gets damaged.
Oh, you're right. I even forgot to mention, like the final kick, he's like pinned him up against the tree, and then we see like the poison climbing, or no, he's punching him. We see the poison like climb up his arm before the recovery beats it back to heal it. It's really cool.
It is really cool, which is why I think this capsule absolutely broken. He cannot keep it.
Yeah. Oh, he also uses it on the environment too. Like at one point he makes like the ground roll up and like cover the nightmare and stuff.
Right, and he also uses it to fix his broken axe. Like this
That's
thing
true.
is absolutely broken.
It's very powerful.
I don't know how they're going to ride around this, right? Unless they take it away from him and it becomes Nox's permanent capsule.
Yeah, they already rode around it. Nox literally jacks that shit.
Okay, you know what? You're right. My bad.
Beats the nightmare, like collapses exhausted, and Nox walks over and jacks that shit. So the sous chefs are all happy because everything worked out. We see the chef like in the hospital, like smile. I don't know. Something about this nightmare scenario didn't connect for me. Like they're saying he wants to pass down the legacy, but nothing in the nightmare is like has to do with his sous. Like his sous chef dies in the nightmare and he's just standing there.
Yeah, I
like,
do think that there was a bit of a disconnect in the writing for how to incorporate the nightmare with what was going on in the real world. It kind of feels like maybe there were cut scenes because there wasn't enough development to really make the message hit home.
Yeah, because the nightmare I get, like if people die by the food, that ruins the legacy, and that's really important to him. But like, I don't know, like okay, here's what it feels like. I get the idea that the legacy is important to him, that's conveyed well.
Right.
But the fact that he would trust his employees to carry this legacy is not in the show at all.
It isn't.
We don't get enough of him even being like with them to make me be like, okay, he's ready to hand it over to these guys.
Yeah.
Instead, it feels like they almost succeed in spite of him.
Yeah. In that regard, this is probably the weakest written episode, at least in terms of like connecting the dream to the message, right?
Right.
Whether or not that's in detriment or in like whether or not it's to the strength or the detriment of them doing world building in this episode, I can't say for sure because you get a lot of intrigue in what they're setting up in this episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like with the power of the recovery capsule, Nox having it now, and getting to the end of this episode with the reveal at the end.
Right. I think it's still a good episode, but I agree with you. Like the stuff that is propelling the main plot is really good, but the stuff that is supposed to be like these episodes' plots is a little shakier than other ones.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe that's because of prioritizing the main plot. Like obviously you only have a certain amount of minutes per episode. You have to split your focus how you can.
Right.
But in terms of if we ever ranked all the cases, this one so far is my least favorite.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But you spoke about the big reveal. Here it is. Nasuka confronts Fujimi. She hands him the case file. She was like, I went to talk to the Odakas, and even they haven't heard from your partner since he disappeared.
What?
And we see his file, and it's motherfucking Nox in a police uniform.
My God.
We were talking about how way back at the start how Nox was like an older actor to be like a secondary writer or something. So having it be like this where yeah, he is old, he's Fujimi's age or whatever.
God,
it's like ooh,
what pinpoint call out. It's like, man, he's an older actor because he's supposed to be older.
Supposed to. See, unlike, I feel bad dogging on Sumino now, but but when you need someone to have a history, you should cast them age appropriately. So when we saw this guy, we're like, oh, he's a little old to be like in Kamen Rider. And it's like, yeah, because he was a cop for like 10 years probably before the Nox stuff happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. It's perfect.
It's great
too
movie.
Good.
And it's at the perfect time because now, Nox has been showing up every episode basically. He has the toy sword. He has the recovery capsule. We're probably getting some kind of transformation form from him coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
So adding this reveal, like, this is good shit. It's
That's
really good shit. That's his hype.
Oh, God.
Why does a cop have Nem's physical body? Why does he need it? Why does he need the power to recover something? Is his physical body fucked too? There's just so many unanswered questions. And so far, I have not been disappointed by any answers to anything.
Yeah, things have been flowing pretty well. I do think that the way they've been building the plot thus far is at a good pace.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, we are getting to the point where our secondary writer should be revealed. Pretty typical around this time frame.
Yeah.
And I feel like around this time, for Gav, I was probably just as, if not around the same. No, I was less excited, but at the same time, it's kind of like, this was around the time you had told me, hey, get into Gav.
Yeah, because you're right. I think I was less excited, but I mean, that's different shows. Like Gav didn't have like a mystery element to it, really. It was just very good, like Monster of the Week stuff. Whereas now it's like, bro, get on Zeztz. Like there's so many questions going on.
Yeah, if you're not on Zeztz, if you're listening to this podcast and for whatever reason you're not on Zeztz, get on that shit.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Every episode's subtitled in HD on YouTube for free.
Oh, since you're mentioning this, I do think it's funny. So the pirating site that I use to watch Gozyuger, like, before they were like putting the episodes in full on YouTube, I think for like the first 3 episodes. We were watching them live at that time, so it doesn't really count for those. But like there was a period where they weren't showing.
They weren't putting the VODs.
Yeah, they weren't putting the VODs up on YouTube, so I was watching it on the pirating site. So out of habit, I was watching these past couple of episodes on the pirating site before pulling them up on YouTube, because the moment I realized that the pirating site was just showing the recording of like the VOD,
someone's captured YouTube video.
Yeah, no, like for a portion of the episode, there was just an ad playing on half of the screen. And I'm like, fuck this, I'm just gonna watch it on YouTube. It was so funny when I realized it too.
Well, it's never been a weirder time to be a Sentai fan. It's never been a better time to be a Kamen Rider fan.
Truer words have never been spoken on this podcast.
And I don't think I got anything more to say other than that I'm super excited for more Zeztz, and I'm morbidly curious as to what they're going to do with Gozyuger.
Oh man, we have never been more in sync in regards to our opinions, because dear lord, watching a train wreck while holding a train wreck in one hand, masterpiece in the other. Ooh. Oh baby.
Oh baby. We'll see you guys in the next universe. Until then,
for now, we're just 2 guys talking tokusatsu.
Goodbye.
Bye.